called two-faced when I've never like even displayed anything like that. It kind of just was like, what?
Like, I pure picked you because it was kind of a slap in the face when you tell me that I'm aggressively playing the game.
Personally, let me be honest, I like to be as honest as I can. When it comes to the Lisa and Imani beef, it's a bit difficult for me in the sense that I like to call a spade a spade. Imani was the first one to say Lisa was playing the game aggressively, and when she was asked, she said it was just a game and she just needed to pick someone. And sadly for her, because she opened that door, someone like Lisa is not very strategic or is not able to hide their emotions. And so Lisa, she saw red and she went after Imani and called Imani two-faced. And now Imani is in her feelings, feeling some type of way. But she opened the door to this. She opened the door. Had she not called Lisa aggressively, or maybe she should have said someone who I think is playing the game and is not here to find love or something to that effect, something that's not aggressive. Aggressive is quite a tough word to use. And I think Lisa focused on the word aggressive, and this is where her anger comes from. And now Imani is focused on two-faced, and so they'll never meet. I like the fact that she told them we will never be friends, but anyway, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome back to my channel. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island Games, Season 1, Episode 6. One thing about Jess is she's going to speak her truth regardless of how she feels it will affect someone. And I'm happy. So after the recoupling, she goes to have a word with Johnny. And she actually tells him that, yes, I was happy that you chose me, but I didn't want to rub it in, Liberty's face. Because it would have been bad had she said, oh, I'm happy he picked me over Liberty. That would sound terrible. So the fact that she went and she explained to him away from everybody else made sense. And for Johnny to put a lot of pressure on her and say, I want you to win, she can only do so much. He knows he's got the tiniest person in the villa. He has to understand that she's good at other things, she's not good at other things. Hopefully she's very brainy and she will bring the brain power and he'll bring the brawn and there'll be a strong team. But she can only do her best. So it was cute to see them. You can see Liberty in the background crying. It's sad, but the boys played her. They should have left her to do her own thing. She shouldn't have been throwing herself at Johnny. Her listening to Callum and Jack and Curtis and being told what to do is the reason why she's stuck where she is. Had she followed her gut and just been herself and just been a bit standoffish, maybe Johnny would have picked her. That's just my opinion. Everyone is going in their coupling to discuss the game, and it's like, oh my God, you're all here for the game. No one is here for love, because you have Lisa and Curtis having a conversation about, the game tomorrow and the fact that they're happy they're back in a couple, and so I don't know. I think they need to be careful. One, if they lose, people are going to send Lisa home. If they win, they have a target on themselves. So they're in a no-win situation really, because if they win, they're targeted. If they don't, one of them is going home. So we'll see how that plays out. You have Kira and Megan sort of having a conversation. They're chatting about their connection, and it's okay. It's amazing. They're the first all-girl couple. So I guess the producers wanted to test the water last season when they had the two girls flirting. And so when they realized that viewers were on board, this is why they went for a same-sex couple, in my opinion. And Imani and Ray, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Ray is already married in his mind to Imani. It's just a matter of her catching up with him. Otherwise, he's already at the altar and is waiting for her to come and say yes. Imani, well, she says she's giddy and she's excited. She hasn't really... I don't know. I don't want to say she's as smitten or as taken as she makes it seem, but we'll see how it plays out. But so far, she's making it known that, she really likes Ray the same way he likes her. And she's going through the honeymoon phase. And it's like, okay, it is what it is. So Ray and Liberty finally go for a chat. I wish he was honest with her. I really do. Because he told her that they have sexual chemistry, but the problem was their conversations were very superficial. And she sort of implied that the reason why they were superficial was because she was very nervous and she didn't know what to say or what to behave because she was so ecstatic. I don't think so. I think she's damned if she does, she's damned if she doesn't. Because if she had told him the truth that she was busy getting her advice from Callum and company, then Ray's going to say, I don't want someone who cannot think for herself. If she keeps quiet, then it seems as though she's very superficial. And so it was sad to hear her say, I always like people that don't like me. And Ray was trying to reassure her and tell her, no, I do like you. It's just that, our conversations were superficial, even though we've got this sexual chemistry. And for me, it's like, nah, tell her the truth. Tell her the truth so that she knows where she stands and she can move on with life. She does not need you sort of trying to humor her and tell her what you feel she wants to hear. And so they left it at that, which is sad. And in the changing room, you have the girl sort of talking about Ray's speech. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Ray, in his mind, is already married to Imani. He's ecstatic and all the guys know it, that he is smitten with Imani. He fell in love with Imani on TV and now getting to be with her. The only difference is he is sweet. He's not sort of creepy like Zach from Love Island, Australia. He is sweet with it. So hopefully Imani appreciates that and she is willing to give him an opportunity to sort of develop something with her. And I think they'll be a great couple. They would be, surely. Everybody goes to sleep. And so before the girls come into bed, it's only Justine in the room, and you have sort of Johnny telling everyone in the bedroom that the reason why he chose Jess was not to be malicious. It's just that he felt that his connection with Liberty wasn't that strong. It's a pity he hadn't given a closure before he did that. And it's like, make it make sense. Did you not feel anything for her, or did you have a sexual chemistry and you needed more time to get to know her? Don't build her hopes up high when, you don't feel anything for her. I feel that's a bit mad. I feel he should just have been honest with her and just said, I really tried, but there's nothing there. And you have everyone else coming to bed. They're all ecstatic to be going to bed. And people, surprisingly, Johnny in bed was cuddling Jess. It seems like all night, because even in the morning he was still cuddling her, and it's like, make it make sense. I thought you said you had sexual chemistry with Liberty, so why are you cuddling Jess? Make it make sense. And so I don't know how it will play out in regards. I don't know how their relationship will continue to grow with Jess, but I think he has a better shot with Jess. I think Jess is more fiery and she's more willing. She's proven herself to be more willing to do the work, and I think they would be a stronger couple. Anyway, all the islanders go to sleep. I guess it's back to debriefing, since we had the recoupling, and we need to talk about these new couples. And so I don't get it. The girls are sort of, there's still this thing about Johnny picking Jess instead of Liberty because he was showing more interest in Liberty. And it's like, the boat is sailed. The boat has sailed. We need to move on. And the guys are talking about the fact that, Callum, what is happening? Is he still going to try and pursue things with Megan, or has that boat sailed? And it's like, both boats have sailed. If these people were really keen on you, they would have come to you and told you that they're keen on you. For Johnny to give, Liberty all that attention and then at recoupling go for Jess says a lot to Liberty, or to anyone that can read between the lines. Yes, he likes her, but he doesn't like her like that. Do you understand what I mean? So there's no point in her sort of continuing to devalue herself and show interest in someone who's not interested in her. I don't get it. I think she deserves better and she needs to do what's in her best interest. And I don't think Johnny is it, because he didn't pick her. He made out with her. He told her he was sexually attracted to her. But when it came time to choose her, he chose somebody else. And so she has to do what's in her best interest and look for someone who's going to pay her attention. It's a pity that Callum is so stuck on this Megan train, he won't even look sideways. She might be better off with Callum. That's my opinion. And for Callum, he needs to move on. The fact that he knows that Megan is interested in Kira and he has spent time with Kira, there's no need for him to waste his time, because at the end of the day, if she hasn't come to him and had a conversation with him and told him that, yes, I like you, I just want to explore things with Kira, but I'm still going to continue to talk to you, there's no need for him to try and entertain anything with her at all. He needs to move on. Anyway, you have Liberty speaking to Imani, sort of saying, oh, I don't know whether to put myself first or whether to leave Jess and Johnny to get to know one another. Well, there's no need in you putting yourself first with someone who's not interested in you. Besides, you said you're always in this situation whereby you love someone or you like someone and they don't like you. So why do it on TV? You don't need to do that. Value yourself, move on, and try somebody else, or wait for a bombshell. So while the islanders are relaxing, they receive a message to say that they are going to play a game, Maddox Mountain, and everyone is very anxious because they realize that it involves or will involve climbing, and so they're sort of trying to talk each other into how they'll cope with this or come up with a strategic plan of how they'll carry out the tasks. And it's like, I don't know, we'll see. I think the game was very messy one, and I think you can see who doesn't like who in the villa and who is in an alliance with who, because Ray and Johnny were helping, each other's partners find the keys, because I think they have an alliance. And obviously Ray's in an alliance with Justine and Celie, and obviously Kira most probably will be in that alliance because she's very close friends with Justine. And so the responses that people were giving were messy. I give it to Imani, she didn't decide to go the low because, she was called Two-Face. And this is not the first time sort of Lisa has implied that Imani was two-faced, in the sense that she thought she was close friends with Imani, and then Imani called her out for being aggressively playing the game. And not only that, she also nominated her to be dumped out of the villa. So Lisa is going to feel some type of way. And sadly, Lisa is not, a game player, because otherwise she could have tried her best to hide how she feels, but she had to make it known. And Imani felt some type of way, such that when it was Ray and Imani's turn, I thought they were going to pick her, but Ray decided to do the picking. And he picked people that he got along with, people that would have taken it for what it is, that it's a game. And so I don't know. And just to say Liberty's jealous, I think there is some truth to that. There is some truth to that. I don't know how Liberty received it. She says she's not a jealous person, but there is some truth to it, in the sense that the fact that she's still entertaining, trying to pursue a connection with Johnny, even after he's picked Jess, shows that there's jealousy there. Callum, I thought, was going to be called for most of the things. I'm surprised he wasn't called out. And for Megan to call out Curtis and say Curtis was after, her girl, is it's interesting, because Lisa now is going to feel some type of way, because she assumed Curtis came back to her because he really liked her, when it was a pick of convenience because his first pick was gone. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But I felt everybody did well. I was actually surprised by Jess. Jess did amazing. I didn't expect it to be that fit, but she was actually that fit, and she was able to pick up her keys early than most people. So that's amazing. It's interesting watching the conversations between the islanders once they get back to the villa, because everybody's feeling some type of way. Either they're upset about the fact that they were called or labeled something, or they are upset because they've discovered that there's alliances. Obviously, Imani is still upset at the fact that she was called Two-Face, and she refuses to speak when she's asked while the girls are getting ready, and she says, we'll speak later. And the boys, you can see Callum is feeling some type of way about the fact that he was tagged a name, and then he's also realizing that there is alliances. And it's like, what do you think, Sherlock Holmes? What do you think? You didn't sort of align yourself with the UK people. You were busy floating everywhere, when you know for a fact that it was only you and Jess who came from Australia. So it's not surprising that the Americans have banded together and have created an alliance. You need to now align yourself with the UK guys and make sure that you stay safe in numbers with the UK guys. Yes, maybe when it comes to the nitty-gritty and it gets to the bottom numbers, they might dump you, but you have a better chance of staying with Jess if you align yourself with the UK boys. And Jess now is aligned to the US people because she's coupled up with Johnny. So bad for you. And so after the drinks, you have Amani pull Lisa for a chat. Did I think that was going to go well? No, I did not. No, I did not. Because I understand where both girls are coming from, in the sense that Lisa thought she and Amani were good. And so Amani saying she's aggressively playing the game. I don't think it was about playing the game that upset her. It's the word aggressively. Aggressive means, you know, it depends on how you say it. Some can say it to mean anger or forceful or, you know, tunnel vision, and you're not caring about everybody else. So it depends on what context she received it in. And because of that, she is now feeling some type of way about Amani. And Amani is now in her feelings because she feels like, you know, why did you call me two-faced? And it's like, well, you opened the door, my love. Had you not labeled her that, she would not have come for you. But you went for her, and she is just returning fire. And she's told you she's returning fire. So sadly, this is where the two of you are. And Lisa is straightforward. I don't know whether it's Swedish people or whatever, because she told her, I don't trust you. And so for me, we're just going to exist like, you know, people that are sharing a facility. And that's it. There's no friendship. There's nothing in regards to trust between the two of us. This is where we are. And it's like, Lisa, you should have at least remembered you're playing a game. Because if she was a game player, she would have apologized to Amani, because she knows Amani has the numbers, and she would have tried to be in Amani's good books. But I think she realizes that whether she sucks up to Amani or not, she's screwed. So it's sad that after this conversation, obviously, Ariana arrives and, you know, she's ready to announce who's in the bottom. And we all knew who was in the bottom. I am surprised with how they handled it. I felt like the producers just want to be messy. Because you had Liberty and Callum. Yes, they were slow, so they deserve to be in the bottom. You have Silly and Toby. They were slow as well, so they deserve to be in the bottom. But for them to say the power couple Amani and Ray need to pick, this is going to be karma on Amani if Lisa goes home. I'm just saying this now because I think she used her anger instead of using her reasoning. But then at the same time, there was no one else she could have picked outside of them, because I think she should have used a better excuse as to why she picked them, because the rest of the teams were US teams. And she couldn't pick Jess because Jess is in a team with Johnny, so she couldn't do that. And I don't think she should have been the one to announce that she picked Lisa. Anyway, because we know for a fact that Megan and Kira struggled, so they would have been the third team, but they decided to save them and decided to go with Lisa and Curtis because of their beef. And it's sad that if Lisa stays and she wins, then Amani is going home. And I don't think the producers are going to want to send Lisa home, given the fact that they now have this drama of Amani and Lisa. I think they're going to most probably send home Liberty, if I'm not mistaken. I have a feeling it's going to be Liberty. There's no way it can be Toby, because Toby's in a couple with Sealy. So my money is on Liberty going home. I don't think they would want to send Callum home, because Callum is very toxic. So they need that for the show. And so we'll see how it plays out. I can't wait to see who the two new islanders are and what's going to happen with them, whether they are the ones that are going to make a decision of who they want to save. I hope they save Curtis and Lisa. I hope they save Curtis and Lisa and then leave it out for the viewers to sort of, for the islanders to vote out the other two couples that were actually in the bottom. But anyway, I digress. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 5. Bye guys.